bit south of King City, California, and we're just droning along on the freeway. Let's see. So I've got the windscreen in the highest position, 5.8, and it's a pretty quiet atmosphere that I got going on here. I always wear earplugs. Sometimes I forget them, and I got to stop and put them on. But even on my Ultra Classic, it wouldn't be any quieter than this. So it does a good job as far as there's not a lot of buffeting. I'm wearing an HJC ARFA something or other. It's got the inner sun fairing or inner sun shield with the Foravic paint job, which is pretty badass, I gotta say. So it's a fairly quiet helmet to begin with, some decent airflow. I got the top vent open right now, and I can feel it, kind of the air, just kind of, I don't know, at the vent, but it's definitely not bad. Had a whole lot worse stuff with it. And the machine pushes along pretty good. I'm on cruise control, and traffic will pass me all day doing 74 in this area where I think it's 70. And I'm on cruise control right now. Cruise control works great, except I've heard this complaint on some other reviews. They're a little bit hard to activate with gloves, and you don't feel anything really positive. Now luckily, this little area down here lights up, so it's green, it's on, and you can turn it off up here, 2 switches, or you can just do like on any other Harley, probably any other bike, and that's just twist the throttle ahead a little. And you can see it's a yellow or amber right now. And then I'm just gonna go back over here, hit that, it's green again. I want to go a mile an hour or 2 faster, push that forward. I kind of have to look at the speedo and see what's going on. But it works. With my no hand. So the complaints are minor on it. Once again, the turn signal could be a little more raised, I think, and I'd actually like it in a little bit, or the cruise control down there where you put it on the other Harleys. I don't mind the universal turn signals. I always have to turn them off. They're supposed to be self-canceling. Sometimes they do. A lot of the times they don't. And it's that way on my Harleys that have turn signals on both sides. But you can see we're at 4300 RPM, 42 and a half, droning along 74 miles per hour, and it just kind of eats it up. There's no issue at all. I've been still trying to change my RPMs at least a little. Now the nice thing, for those of you who haven't ridden cruise control on a motorcycle, you can still speed up when you're in cruise control, just like on a car. You can still hit your accelerator and take off. I love these fields. Hey, got a John Deere going over there, a couple. My dad would have loved to have seen that. So yeah, the bike cruises along. I'm in the beat up slow lane here because I'm still babying the bike in the braking rate. And I'm in road. I'm not in sport right now. There's a decent little bump. Didn't have to get up on the pegs or anything like that. And the handles are great. Got no complaints at all. My stock Showa on my Ultra Classics not going to handle the bumps any better. In fact, it's going to handle them worse, to tell you the truth. One of these days I'll upgrade to a Legends or a Fox on that. So go around this bus, I use the turn signal, and then we'll see if it cancels. So give it a quick flick, check the mirror. The mirrors, they work great, give you a decent enough view behind you. I'm still probably going to change them to double takes. And I think in the winter I'm going to get those giant loop hand guards, brush guards, storm guards, whatever they call them. Kind of a giant loop nut. Got a few of their bags, like Tillamook, Great Basin, Fandango tank bag, a few other things. I wish that they made a tank bag for this. I want to get the Harley tank bag. I should have jumped on it. It was available for a short time. Now it hasn't been available for over a month. In every dealership that I stop in, they don't have them. So I've got probably, this is another advantage to having a mainstream vehicle, is there are a lot of Harley dealerships on this little lake coming down here. There's several in San Francisco. Morgan Hill has one. Ukiah, Santa Rosa, north of the bay, both of those areas. And then of course Eureka, where I'm at, basically 225, 250 miles north of San Francisco. So once again, if you have a touring bike and you're a Harley rider, is this bike gonna take its place? That's a tough one, but I'm gonna say, if you love your touring Harley, no, stick with your touring Harley. If you mostly travel paved roads and you travel long distances, stick with your touring model. This bike is not going to chase the Ultra Classic out of my garage. But always that but. If you bought this as your first Harley, or you bought it after a Sportster, you're gonna love this bike, and maybe you wouldn't buy one of those other. Maybe you wouldn't buy a touring bike. Maybe you wouldn't buy a Softail. If you went from a Sportster to this, I think you're going to be very happy. Your lower back's going to be immensely happy with you. Man, that is awesome. It makes a nice seat bed. And I had a little Sportster for a short time. And on this slow lane, it would have beat the boogers out of my lower back. And I have some injuries, some permanent injuries. My left arm's had 3 operations on it. My right shoulder's had one. My right foot's messed up. I'm riding with probably a broken pinky on my clutch hand. Which happened like a week ago at work. No, I didn't get it looked at because I'm already messed up enough. I don't need to be checking into workers' comp for every little boo-boo that I get. So we're coming into King City. This area's been under construction for a couple of years, it seems like. It seems done to me. but it's in a construction zone here, and you're going to see, come up through this, that there's still construction north of town. Man, if you hold that thing in, you mess up and hold it in, it really slows you down fast. And you can see the front end dives even on something like that. So if you're on a GS, or you're a Goldwing rider from what I've heard, those bikes I guess don't dive like that. If you don't like that, you probably wouldn't get this bike. It doesn't bother me. Every motorcycle I've ever owned dives like that. So I'm going to just blend. We're blending. I'm going to blend in the traffic here. Go off a cruise. And just take in a little bit of the scenery. Farming goes hot and heavy here. It seems like year round. All my farming friends out there. And food don't grow where water don't flow. I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, I saw a bad little accident up here where a car rear-ended